Hello and welcome to another Elden Ring class build stream with me, Impact 101 Gaming, where we will be looking at this class build, Deadly Poison King. Rule over all with the power of the Bronze Snake Deadly Poison and conquer the lands between. A Dex Arcane build using all weapons that deal deadly poison and poisoning oneself to increase damage dealt. Before we dive into this build, I'd like to ask if you can follow my Twitch channel or drop a like and subscription to my YouTube channel for the latest content. Thanks everyone. I will be adding all the build specs in the description of the stream at the end. Right, now into this build. So the first stats I would use for this build for a level 200 and a new game plus. You're looking for a figure of 50 plus. Mind isn't too important, it would just be for your Ashes of War. So 25 and over. Endurance was I would say endurance is pretty important for this build, so I would do it about 50 plus. If we're looking at strength, 30 is good. It's more of a dex build, so a minimum of 11 at least. Dex would be anything from 50 over, but a minimum of 24 is required. Intelligence and faith could be any. It's not really, don't really need it for this build. And arcane is a definite, so I would have it at an 80 or plus, even 99 if you can. But a minimum requirement of 28. If you're looking at your mix, psychic, and your Crimson and Cerulean flasks, I would go for a Thorny and Green Blast for your mix, and 11 health to your 3 magic flasks. The armour for this build, the only important part of the armour is the Mushroom Crown, and it raises attack power when something nearby suffers from poison or rot. It's about a 10% increase for about 20 seconds, and that also includes yourself being even poisoned or having rot against it. So we're gonna have a little look at what else makes this build. So talismans, Kingred of Rot is a good one. Poisoning or rot and facility increases attack power. Greatly raises attack power, possesses attacks with your rotten wing sword. Perfume talisman raises the property of arts employing perfume, because the perfume bottles that we use for the poison one. And the two-headed turtle talisman is very important due to the amount of stamina we'll be using. As said, the crown is the important part. The rest of it is aesthetic, really. I just like the look of this build with the armour I've got on it. Weapons. So all 6 of these weapons deal deadly poison. Serpentbone Blade, Poison Venomous Fang, Poison Hand, Deadly Poison Perfume Bottle, Coil Shield, and your Toothwhip. All of these are pretty close to medium range abilities. Samurai Sword, Ashes of War, quite fast. The shield is like a venomous snake bite. We look at, while holding the perfume bottles, you can use Ashes of War for your single weapon. The Poison Venomous Fang, I have added an Ashes of War to it, which is the flower blossoms twice, or Ashes of War, but I've put it as a poison effect to it. And the way the skill works, just homing on your enemies. almost like a kind of a stinger kind of effect. These poison fangless fangs, whip, and the hands, if dual wield these, are pretty quick as well. The Ashen War on this delivers like a heavy amount of poison into one's enemy. Really effective, especially with all the increasable damage build up for it. Perfume bottles single-handedly, you can mix the... If you dual wield them, they're a lot quicker. And if you keep, for this particular one, if you Ashen War it, you inflict poison on yourself and anyone around you. So this is a good way to get the damage buffs up on you quickly. If you cure your poison, you still get the 20-second effect bonus damage on it. So you could, if you wanted to, cure your poison as soon as you use it. And Toothwhip. And I'll show it. Dual wield that. And the Ashen War is just a quick flurry of flicks with it. Right. If you're looking at collecting this stuff, first off I would start with the Mushroom Crown. This you get from the Lake of Rot. So there's a pillar roughly in this location that you can climb, and the Mushroom Crown will be on top of that. Obviously this area is horrible due to the, you guessed it, the rot damage. So if we take a little, only you could use your horse in this area. I'm gonna keep healing myself because they're just there. So if we keep going in this direction, you'll find a load of ruins. Once you've reached these ruins, obviously you can come from the beginning grace, which is over there, and follow the rocks around. On top of that pillar directly in front of me, there, see that body up there? That's where you collect this crown from. The rest of the armour is just aesthetic, so you can pretty much pick it up from anywhere, but the Aztec's loincloth and bracelets, you obviously get that from cursed blade enemies in the DLC, which are the horrible spinning disc ones. The quickest way to farm this kind of armour set is directly from the beginning grace. And with on top of this archway, as soon as you start the DLC, it's one hit. Bear in mind these enemies are not fun. I'll show you what the perfume bottles can do. Oh, picked up the mask for it. Fantastic. Right, so yeah, pretty much that's where you can get the armor set from. If we're looking into the weapons, so the Bannon Cave and Khalid, this is where you can get the poisonous Fang. The poisonous Fangs are in here, which are these ones. The Serpentbone Blade you get from the Volcano Manor quest line. It's the second letter quest. You get it as a reward. So in this one, once again, it's another rot area. Put the lantern on because I can't see. Right. We can just make our way. Obviously the rock caves and that, and being, you know, there's the damage increase, it's not the worst in the world. The only fun equipping the shield obviously can only do the Ashen War of the shield. So if you're looking at doing the Ashen War for the weapons, you want to be holding the perfume bottle or the whip. But it's a really quick way to inflict poison damage. Anyways, you enter here. On top of those dead Valkyrie things up there is where you can get the poisonous fangs. I forgot about the Scarlet Rock, to be fair. But yeah, that's where you can get those. Poison hands are within the DLC, and you can purchase those from Filigreed, which her first location is here, the Pillar Path Cross. Be sitting here when you first meet this person, NPC. Be sitting on this rock here, and you can buy the hands from them there. If you're looking at the perfume bottles, you can also buy them from there as well. The hands, the hands you actually get from the sewer level of one of the main dungeon legacy areas. You have to get them from this sewer level, which I'll show you how to get there now. Up here to your right, drop down the well here. Wow, don't drop down the well, you'll die. Go down the well. Once you reach the sewer, you have to get the sewer key first. Once you've got that, you can come through here. There's more than one way to the sewer, but this is the quickest. And then this is all poison down here. If you follow this round on the right, watch out for these lovely little insects. Like man-fly things, they're horrible. Yeah, ones that spit at you are nasty. And then you'll find the hands roughly where this location here, where this person is sitting, right there. Just be warned, there is a horned knight that spawns here, and just to warn you, at the beginning of the DLC it is not an easy thing to fight. But once you get past that, it is pretty obtainable. So the Coil Shield you get from Volcano Cave. Which is in the, just off the volcano area, manor area. Which is just roughly out in this location. And the best way to find this is as you enter the cave. Let's go. Alright, as soon as you enter the cave, you want to take the northwest tunnel. Northwest tunnel, which is this one. You want to drop down one. And then directly behind you as you drop down in this little tunnel bit here. In here, there'll be a little ambush in here, so watch out. And then in this corner here, this is where you'll find it. And the Toothwhip, the last one. You can find the Toothwhip at the Whipping Hut in the DLC. And the Whipping Hut is just here. I'll show you how to get it from Bonnie's village. So while I'm there, I'll show you how the these Fang Ashnell wall works. Definitely a medium range. Stamina is a big... Oh, I'm gonna get overwhelmed. Yeah, when you come out of the woodwork there. But yeah, it's very temperamental, but once you get the range down, it works pretty well. Not much complications with that. Alright, so if you follow this path round through all these enemies, you can jump up this side, onto the other side. There's a couple of these big cleaver. Across here, there'll be there's a grace on the other side of that bridge as well you can unlock. And then here is the Whipping Hut, and you can get the item from this corpse here. And that's it. It's pretty much the build, how it functions, where to get the items for it. It's a very unique build because obviously poison is obviously a lot of fun and deals continuous damage. Obviously not as good as bleed or rot, but it still has good capabilities. The only main problem with this build, I would say, is the fact that a majority of bosses are immune to poison. So the only way you could increase your attack power is by poisoning yourself, and just not getting that extra damage bonus on the poison. It does sort of hurt the build itself, but apart from that, yeah, it's got some good qualities to it, and if you fancy a little challenge, give it a go. Thank you very much. I'll be putting the whole details of the specs within the video at the end, and the next class I'll be doing is a class that I've called the Eternal Dragon class. It's a strength arcane build, so this one was the Dex arcane, so strength arcane, and it's basically mainly around the dragon incantations and to new DLC rock item, which basically turns you into a dragon. So I look forward to seeing you on my next stream and the next video. So thank you very much, and goodbye.